Welcome to the Wrestle Story. We discuss all things wrestling, the legends of the past, the superstars of the present, and the trailblazers of the future. We stream every Monday after Raw, every Wednesday after AEW and NXT, and every Friday after SmackDown. Welcome to the show, everybody. I am flying solo today as Maven is under the weather. She will be in chat, however, so if you want to talk to her, you can ask her questions and speak to her. So you don't get the lovely Maven sitting here with me today. It's just me. Sorry. Dylan, how you doing? I thought tonight's Raw, and Maven, how are you? I thought tonight's Raw was awesome. I will say that they ended the whole Lana Bobby Lashley thing in an excellent way. I know Maven didn't like it. However, I thought it was really good with the way they did it. So, with that, we'll go ahead and we'll start talking about the show here. First off, we start out the show, and I won't be as good as Maven at this because she is awesome at this, so bear with me. Kevin Owens comes out, and he plays the video from last week. Basically talks about how you three have sent me to the hospital twice now. Guess what? I'm going to take one of you idiots down with me one of these times. Seth and AOP come out. Shocking. Could not believe that happened. And they attack KO. While all this is going on, Samoa Joe comes running down. And then pandemonium ensues as everybody comes out and gets involved in the fighting. Sorry, I don't mind just watching just you. Well, thanks, Mrs. Gleen. By the way, hi Scott. Hi John. How you doing? I am flying solo today. Maven is in chat. She's under the weather. She had a migraine earlier. Didn't want to sit in front of the lights, so she is down in her room typing in chat. So if you have questions for her, double echo, great, awesome. I will fix it. Maybe I will fix it. Maybe I won't fix it. Let's try. Did that fix it? Am I better? Is it any better? Is that better? That's weird that I have an echo. I didn't change anything from last time, and now I have an echo. Echo. Is that echo? Is it fixed? I sure hope so. Am I better now? Do I still have an echo? Is anybody there? Did everybody leave me? It's fixed or it's not fixed? Do we have anybody else in chat besides Mrs. Gleen and Maven? Yes, it's fixed. Okay, cool. Awesome. All right. So pandemonium ensues as we have the security come down and help break things up, and it's kind of the way that part ended. Then we have a Samoa Joe interview, and Kevin Owens is there. Dude, give us a chance to answer, LOL. Yes, me, LOL. I will give you a chance to answer. I just don't want to sit here and look stupid or anything, because it looks kind of funny with me just sitting here looking at the screen. Apparently everybody else left. They saw Maven wasn't here and took off. So then we have Samoa Joe interview, and Kevin Owens is sitting there, and basically they are both asked to leave the premises as apparently they caused too much havoc, which is kind of weird. Hold up 1 second. All right. What am I holding up for? Do you have something else to say? I have to share my thoughts. All right. Share your thoughts, Maven. It takes 30 years to type. Yes. And at the time you just wrote it takes 30 years to type, you could have typed more of your thoughts. Or that was your thoughts. Anyways, LOL. Good thing you're using all caps. Like you're yelling at me or something. I guess it's kind of the way we do the show. You just yell at me. How you doing, James? I just don't know what to say. James, I thought it was awesome. I've hated the whole Lana Lashley thing, and I thought what they did was awesome. I loved it. Could not have been better. I love the way they did it. I love the way the whole thing went. The only thing I did not like was the whole Rusev thing at the end. I wish they would have done something a little bit different with that. But I do like what they did with this story. By the way, Maven has had a migraine today. She didn't want to be in the lights, so she is actually going to be typing in chat. So if you have questions for her, any thoughts for her, she will be involved with this. It's just she's not going to be on screen. I thought this was a decent way to start the show. Yeah, I didn't think that starting this out with Kevin Owens and AOP and Seth, and then having Samoa Joe come out, I thought it was good. I thought the ending was unexpected. Ending was definitely unexpected. Well, the twist they threw into it was unexpected. Definitely unexpected. I thought Liv was going to have a different character. Is she going to be some sort of psycho? Is that where we're going to go with this? Because that's kind of the feeling I get, is that she may be like all over the place. So I wonder if she's not going to be doing, some kind of psycho type thing. Like I don't know what to say. I don't know. I love the way they did it. I love the way they did it. I thought that it was pretty awesome what they did. So yeah. I mean, I don't know what else to say about it. It was cool, I thought. I literally have been saying this the last 3 weeks. The ending was bleeped up and I hated it. Colin, I thought it was awesome. Like I said, the only thing I didn't like about it was the fact that they had Rusev brought to the end of this. I wish if they would have left him out, the way this story went would have been outstanding, I think. I loved it. I don't know why, but I did. By the way, Maven had a migraine earlier. She didn't want to be in the lights, so she's in her room typing in chat. What happened tonight? Little Fettuccine, I just started talking about it. We started the show off. Kevin Owens comes out. Kevin Owens comes out. He's out, and he basically calls out AOP and Seth. They come down to the ring and attack him. And then Samoa Joe comes out to help out Kevin Owens. And then kind of these security guards come down and put up, help fight or help separate the five of them. And then we get a Samoa Joe interview, and Kevin Owens is sitting there with him. And then security comes and asks Samoa Joe and Kevin Owens to leave. They had a chance to give us something great with Liv, and that's what we get. Nah, I'm not down with it at all. What if they make her a psycho? Like she has no clue what she wants. Because all we've been getting from her is these different characters. So what if we get some sort of like off the wall? What if we find out that she's off the wall and has no clue what she's talking about, and is like just is lost? Because I think that based on what we've seen from what she's put out and then what she did tonight, I think that we could find out that she's confused and has no clue what she wants, what she's doing, which could make a decent storyline. I mean, we'll have to see. We'll have to see what they do with her. So then we have Aleister Black versus Buddy Murphy. Excellent match, I thought. This was an awesome match. This AOP KO Seth feud now Joe added is great, but I think Joe is joining Seth's faction, the new NWO. I would not be shocked if he joins the Seth group. It could be just a setup to get Kevin Owens, and it will be interesting to see where they go from there, because they'll do something with it from there. So we'll see how that goes. How was the wedding tonight? Little Fettuccine, I'm going to talk about that here in just a little bit. So we will talk about the wedding. I thought it was awesome. I thought the way they did it, the whole thing was good. I know a lot of people didn't like it, but I'll give you my thoughts here in a little bit. If that's the way they're going, then I'll maybe give it a chance. I mean, Colin, just based on what they have done with her promo videos, I mean, I had no clue where they're going with her in her promo videos. So I wonder if it's not going to be like a confused thing where she has no clue, no idea what she's doing. And so I wonder if they won't have her, being like kind of messed up some way. For those of you that are in chat, Maven had a migraine earlier and didn't want to sit in front of the lights tonight. So she is actually down in her room. She is typing in chat rather than being on stream. Gleen, wow, Ruthless Aggression is back. We got a lesbian angle that's back. Do we have a lesbian angle? Or because if you look, Lana did not respond to any of what Liv was saying. So is this just Liv like being messed up and having no clue? Or do we have a storyline here? Because looking at it, we may not have a storyline other than just, Liv being messed up. Gleen, Lana's boyfriend is actually a former WWE star. And Lashley's girlfriend was funny. Yeah, I thought it was good. I mean, overall, I thought it was good. Did they show the new U.S. belt design tonight? No. I did. I knew. Where's Maven? That's strange. She joined the Dark Order. I knew it. She did join the Dark Order. She is in her room in total darkness. It is official. The Fiend has come and she has let him in. And now she's in the dark room with him. And so I think that she is lost forever. She will find her way out, though. Liv Morgan is in Rowan's cage. Actually, Liv Morgan came out during the wedding, which we will talk about. By the way, hello, Elijah, and anybody else that I missed. Nell, hello. Trying to keep up with chat here. It's moving pretty quick here, so I didn't even know it was Liv to begin with. The pastor is Raw new GM. The pastor was awesome. I thought what he did was cool. I loved what he did. You're right there, Gleen. It's Liv Morgan being confused. That interesting. I don't know. I think it's a cool thing to do. By the way, we lost all of our... I'm losing frames like crazy. We may have just dropped out completely. Why? This is how they re-debut Liv Morgan. I thought it was good. Here's a question, because with everything they've put out with Liv Morgan, she has no clue, with what they've put out. She seems to be confused about everything. She's shown a dark side. She's shown like some weird images. She's shown like a normal pictures, normal videos. So is it just the fact that she's confused by this whole thing? And then when she came down, you notice Lana didn't really respond to what she was saying. So is this just her being like out there in left field and not having a clue what she's doing? because that's what I kind of get a sense as to what the whole thing was. Is she has no clue what she is doing. I mean, I thought the way they did it was pretty cool. I mean, as long as they do it the right way from here on out, but we'll see. Um, I know what's in Rowan's cage, his old sheep mask. That would be cool. I think that would be pretty cool. Or maybe Liv Morgan is just as manager. I hope not. Please not. Another Summer Rae. Oh, yeah, I hope not either. I don't think they can have her be the. They can't do that, can they? Um, there's no way they can do it. I think they're copying the angle with Rosemary and Su Yung. If possible. OMG, James Ellsworth is in Rowan's cage. He's small enough to fit in Rowan's cage. So, that would not shock me. So that Aleister Black, Buddy Murphy, I thought was an awesome match. Excellent match. A lot of back and forth. Um, again, I don't know where they're going to go from here. They could have saved this for Royal Rumble. They could have saved it for, there's a lot of things they could have saved this particular match for. But I'm hoping they don't just keep doing this over and over and over again. At least they're doing something with Liv. Yeah, I mean, I think, again, I think that they're going to have her be some psychotic person, just based on what we've seen. And, we'll see what happens. But I kind of get a sense that she's going to be confused and not have a clue. And I don't know if Lana's going to, since she didn't really, acknowledge anything that Liv was saying, I wonder if she's not going to, in the end, they're not going to come out and go, that she's totally lost and out there in left field. The rant will be heard. Typing is garbage. Yeah, it's a little harder to type than it is to just rant, isn't it? But at least, hey, you know what? The internet's kind of choking today, too, so it kind of goes with it. I need to rant. Yeah, I'm going to rant about my internet that they keep telling me is my fault now and tell them their stuff sucks. Because I don't buy that my stuff is doing this to my. Just don't buy it. Yeah, we're frame dropping. We're frame dropping big time. Which is stupid. Don't sit here and tell me it's my stuff when it constantly happens and just don't get it. So Aleister Black, Buddy Murphy was an awesome match, I thought. Excellent match. Then we have Seth and AOP backstage. AOP says no one is kicking us out tonight. Management has asked us to leave. Let them try to get rid of us. And they end up walking out. So, they did walk out without any issues, any problems. The Orton AJ segment was really great. Yes, I thought the Orton and AJ segment was pretty awesome. Am I back now? Am I there? They might have another excellent match. I think they will. I love the way they're setting this up. I should be back at least for a minute. I'm trying to freeze frame here. Raw was interesting though. Liv debut. What is this leading to? Charlotte in the Rumble. Aleister Black is getting a push, and the tag team of KO and Samoa Joe. I'm interested in that. I think what you're going to see is KO or Samoa Joe turn on KO though. I think that's what's going to happen. Or maybe you'll see the opposite. Maybe KO turns on Samoa Joe. I think that would be a total twist. I'm convinced they had no clue what to do with Liv, so just stuck her with Lana. They might have. I wonder, if they didn't plan on having her do something with the Fiend, and then end up deciding not to do it. So, we'll see what they do with her from here. See where she goes from here. Again, I don't know. I don't know, where they plan on taking it, but hopefully they do something pretty cool and pretty awesome with it. We'll see. I like the way it started out. I like what they're doing with her so far, but we'll see what they do with her. Yeah, your internet's still screwed up, Mr. G. It keeps dropping out. Yeah, tell me about it. You know what? I'm going to tell you a story, Colin. And anybody else that is in chat, that as long as my frames don't drop out. They sat here and told me the other day, so they tell me that it's my stuff that's causing the issue because we have Apple devices. I have one Windows computer in the house, the one I'm streaming on, okay? They're telling me my Apple products are causing the issue for all this droppage because my Apple products end up, causing the problem. Yeah, I've dropped frame rates completely. Can you hear me? I don't buy that my Apple products are what caused the issue. I can hear you, but not see you. Well, good. Then you can hear my rant. So they tell me my Apple products are the issue. And so I'm like, my school has like 400 Apple products that it uses and uses Wi-Fi, and we have no issues. So why is it that I have the top tier internet and I have issues all the time with trying to stream because my uploads drop clear off the face of the earth? Yeah, turn everything off and we'll see what happens. I don't think it's going to make any difference, but we'll see. I think they're full of it when they're telling me this.
Samoa Joe. I think Joe and KO together are great. I think that's an excellent tag team choice. And I think we're going to throw Rey Mysterio into the mix here sometime soon. And it's going to turn into our favorite, the 6-man tag match.
No,
AOP versus.
it probably will, but I hope not.
I don't think we're going to get there yet because they're doing the whole Andrade and Rey thing. But it's going to happen, I think.
Yeah, probably.
I think for now it'll probably be the 2 AOP members versus Joe and KO.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of what's going to happen.
I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens there.
So, Aleister Black versus Buddy Murphy. I thought that was a really good match. I really like that. Again, like you said, I don't really know where they're going to go where with it.
Well, it's a good match, and I wish
they've had 2 great matches.
Yeah, I wish they wouldn't have they're not building anything with it. I mean, other than just, hey, let's fight.
Yeah, I suppose there's kind of a feud there.
Bros again.
But over what? What's the feud about? That's kind of where there's no connection there. But I did like the match. They've had 2 great matches now. There's probably going to be a third one, maybe, possibly, but because Aleister Black won both of them.
Can't hear you, but not see you. Great.
Because
I love my internet. My internet just irritates me.
Because Black won both matches, I don't know if there's going to be a third one.
Hey, well, that's just it. What are they going to do with it? Liv versus Charlotte would be good. Yes, I agree. Liv versus Charlotte would be good.
Yes. Eric Rowan, Lana, backstage. Yes, this is where we're up to.
Yeah, I don't know what the point of that was. That's what I was talking about, getting ready to talk about.
I don't either. I think this was just kind of like hey, we have this coming up and let's remind you because, well, you need to be reminded that there's a wedding at the end of the show.
Was you shocked to see Liv Morgan? Jonelle, I was. The way they did it, I was kind of shocked to see it done that way. Now, hopefully,
But
they do it well from here on out.
I will share my thoughts on that, and I have a lot to say. So just hold on. So then we get needed to breathe. Rowan versus Jobber. Again, I just want them to show us what's in his stupid cage. A lot of people on Twitter were saying it'll probably be his old mask, his old sheep mask.
That's what Colin, I think, says.
Yeah, I think Colin.
Someone said it earlier. Said that it's his sheep mask, which would be interesting.
I think that's what it's gonna be.
And so is that gonna tie him back into Bray Wyatt?
No idea, but I have a feeling it's gonna be the sheep mask.
Could very well be.
So, yeah, that was that. That was neat. Then we get Lana backstage again. I don't know why we needed that either, just to remind us that the wedding's later tonight.
Because nobody knew.
No one knew. So
we were all shocked at the end when it happened.
Yeah, totally. So, that was cool. Then we got Charlotte. She comes out. She says, guess what? I'm here to announce my entry into the Women's Royal Rumble match. I knew I was going to be in the Rumble. You knew I was going to be in the Rumble. Everyone everywhere knew I was going to be in the Rumble. So why did I need to come out here and state the obvious? Then she went through kind of a list of, I could have come out here and talked about my 10 championships that I've won. I could have come out here and talked about being part of the first ever women's main event and being a part of this and being a part of that. But I came out and...
The Fiend did something to your internet for the 1,000th time.
I came out and stated the obvious.
James, I don't get it because sometimes it works well and sometimes it doesn't. And they sit here and say that, well, it's my products that are causing the issue. So who knows? I don't know.
I really don't know. Then she says, I'm so tired of talking about how I am the queen of WWE. So I'm going to show you why I am the queen of WWE. Who wants to face the queen? Better yet, who wants to bow down to the queen? And Natalya answers, whoopty-doopty, Natalya versus Charlotte for the 95th time. The 24/7 championship stuff comes out. They run around the ring. Eric Young got his head kicked off by Charlotte. Man, oh man, he got his head kicked off. It was excellent. It was like the most vicious kick to the face I've ever seen in my life.
Liv Morgan was the best part of their video or their wedding. Yes.
So.
Did they have Shayna Baszler win the Royal Rumble or Sasha Banks win? That is a good question.
Honestly, I think Shayna. Well, okay.
That is a good question.
They could go either way. They do Shayna versus Becky or Sasha versus Bayley because that could be very interesting, and then that kind of riffs the Sasha Bayley friendship.
There's a lot.
They could do. There's a lot they could go with.
There's a lot of ways they can go. I'm going to bed. Hope everyone has a great New Year. When it comes, maybe if you're still there, check your Twitter when you can.
I'm still here.
Good night, Colin.
I'm still here. Okay. I saw it. Talk to you later. So yeah, Natalya answers. Natalya and Charlotte. Charlotte wins, of course. Neato. Just, I don't know. It doesn't mean anything at all. And then Becky, we got an interview from her. She says the match between Asuka and I is at the Royal Rumble, and then Charlie asks her, well, how did you manage to pull that off? She said, well, my contract's almost up, and it's kind of magical what you can do when you hang this over their heads and you say you're not signing a new contract till I get what I want. So that's exactly what she did. Okay, I see this going a couple different ways. I think they could pull a Stephanie McMahon versus Becky Lynch storyline. Maybe leading into WrestleMania if she doesn't have the title. Or not. But I could totally foresee a Stephanie McMahon and Becky Lynch feud in the near distant future because of the fact that they're going back to this whole it's her versus management. And there was
I
talks,
can see it. I mean, they could do something with it.
There was talks of a Becky and Stephanie, I can't speak.
Which I don't like because I don't like.
Yeah, there was talks of a Becky Stephanie match for last year, and it never happened. So I don't know. I have a feeling we could be headed in that direction. Just to forewarn everybody. I'm just saying.
I watched a bit of the worst endings to a match ever. One on the list was the Orton Bryan when where Big Show knocked out both guys and that was the match. Yeah, not good. Stephanie versus Becky would be great. I don't know. I just don't like Stephanie McMahon. I don't like having him pull. Again, it's like pulling Brock Lesnar out every 6 months to come out and wrestle.
Yeah, it is. But I could totally see them doing it because they want to play
Well,
this
I'm
whole
not saying they won't do it.
They can pit her against everybody in the division, one by one, trying to get them to beat her, I suppose, if she doesn't want to follow their rules. And, you know, she doesn't want to fall in line with what their champions should be. So I could totally see them doing that. Almost kind of what they did with Nikki Bella after Brie left, but, like, not. Sort of, if you guys know what I'm talking about. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. But when Brie got fired, and they had that whole storyline with Stephanie McMahon, I feel like they put Nikki against everybody in, like, 2-on-1 handicap matches. So, she, like, matches with her hands tied behind her back. Like, stuff like that. I have a feeling they could do that and try and get her, you know, to fail and, like, you know, purposefully want her to lose after trying to get her to not lose.
Yeah.
You know? And she doesn't, so then Stephanie's like, okay, I'm going to handle this, you know?
Well, Brock will be back at Raw next week because they're probably going to kind of push
his match for the Royal Rumble. Yeah. But who cares?
Liv Morgan and Lana, women's tag team champions. Based on what we just saw, probably not. Question: have you ever watched Stranger Things?
Yes, I love it. It's
John
the best
L.
television show.
Only every season so far.
Yeah.
Gleen, next week, Raw is interesting. Guess who's back? Back again. It's Brock Lesnar.
Guy that nobody likes. So, yeah, cool. We're getting Becky versus Asuka for the Rumble. Should be good.
Liv Morgan was in a main event segment, so that was good. Though we can pull up
Thank
Paul for that.
that.
Okay. We can thank Paul for that. I hope this is leading to something. Her being psychotic, I think it was leading to.
Dude, I've literally been saying this for only the last 3 weeks.
Because she has no clue what she wants to be.
What have I been saying, though? I literally said she needs to, like...
Come on.
She's not going to be this, like, princess. Like, the way it looked like she was going to be backstage, you know? In the videos. I was like, she's going to be, like, creepy or, like, psychotic or, like, messed up. She's going to be messed up, okay? I've literally been saying this for the last 3 weeks.
So
I'm
Rusev
just saying.
and Liv Morgan working together. I would say no. I think Liv is just crazy. That's just my guess.
It's a possibility. So, after the Becky interview, we got OC. Anderson comes out. He says, everyone said Viking Raiders were unbeatable, but we beat them again and again. Gallows then says, now, the answer to who should be next in line for the tag team title match, I don't know why he said it like that, should be, ... because the Street Profits come out. And they say, is it true? OC has beaten Viking Raiders many times. Yes. Is it true that you guys won the largest tag team turmoil match to become the best tag team in the world? Yes, that is also true. And then, you know what else is true? We beat the team who beat the team that was undefeated. So shouldn't that mean that we get a title match?
Yes.
I don't know.
It's a good segment.
And then we get Street Profits versus OC. AJ gets thrown from ringside, and the Street Profits win. So next week, we are getting Viking Raiders versus Street Profits versus OC.
Because we need...
for the titles. It is for the titles.
Triple threat title match.
It is for the titles.
Because those are always awesome.
So then we get the Street Profits backstage, and they do their whole, you know, funny business. And then we got Drew McIntyre versus Ryder and Hawkins in a 2-on-1 handicap match, or a 1-on-2 handicap match, because, well...
AJ Styles versus Randy Orton at WrestleMania confirmed. Damn it, AJ. You should have just waited.
Okay, I will say this about Drew McIntyre, okay? I'm liking his new gimmick. It's not really a new gimmick, because it's just... I don't know. I don't know what it is, but I like him so much more than I did. His promos are better. His delivery on things is better. I think maybe more of his personality is shining through, and that's what that is. But, like, it's not a different character, because he's still Drew McIntyre. But it's like maybe a little less aggressive Drew McIntyre, you know? He's still aggressive in the ring, but like on his promos, he's like, haha, you know? Haha. Haha. You know? You know? You know what I mean, though?
I know what you mean.
His promos are better. And I like his promos a lot more now.
I like what they've been doing. I mean,
I'm really, really interested to see what else they're going to do with Drew McIntyre because I would really like them to push him to do big things this 2020.
Yeah, I thought what they did was... The thing is he's coming out and like, he seems to have a little bit of a personality.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it's different. It's different than what he was doing before. It's not like he's given this stuff,
I don't think he needs...
I am the Scottish psychopath. Like, it's not like that anymore. It's not where, like, okay, this is what I say every week, and it's always the same thing. Like, it's different, and it's almost like it's more playful, and there's more personality to it, and there's more... There's life. He gave life to his promos.
Yeah, I mean, that's just it. I think he has given life to his promos, and I think it's made a difference.
It really has. And so I've thoroughly...
Maybe Drew needs a female manager? No.
I've been thoroughly enjoying Drew McIntyre recently.
Give Drew the Lex Luger gimmick. Again, I don't know.
I like him the way he is right now. I think they just need to push him up above beating Ryder and Hawkins every week.
Yes.
Maybe that's just a start. You know, you can start him here, but every week you need to be raising him up so then he can go for the big title.
Yeah.
Which would be Brock. Maybe he wins the Rumble. I would love to see him win the Rumble. That'd be great. And then building up a feud. He's not as stiff as he was before.
Yes,
that's a good way to...
Yeah.
Yes. That's a good way to explain that.
You have a wonderful new year too, James.
Yes.
And everybody else too.
Or is Drew more of
did
a
Randy Orton fake his
Diesel-type
injury?
character?
Yes. He faked his injury.
Yes.
Or Drew is more of a Diesel type of character. I think he could be better than Diesel.
I like what he's doing now. I think they just need to elevate it just a little bit, till he gets to the top. And then it's like, yes, you are championship material.
Yeah.
I think he's championship material right now. But I think if they just, like, elevate him to where, like, the people seem to like him now. They used to really hate him. But the people like him currently.
Well, he's more personable now.
I think the last 3 weeks of what he's done have made people like him more. And so, I think he's going to be, and especially if he's facing Brock.
Yeah.
No chance. People are for sure going to root for him because nobody likes Brock.
I agree.
So, building him into a babyface, so to speak, even though I wouldn't consider him babyface. I just consider him to be kind of, yeah, sort of like Becky, I suppose. Where, you know, when he needs to beat the crap out of somebody and kick somebody's head off, he will, but, like, he's not, like, you know, like, his promos, they haven't been like that the last couple weeks, where it's just like, oh, I'm out here just to kick your head off, you know?
Yeah.
They've been different. So, I would almost compare him to what Becky is, too, you know, because Becky's not really a face or heel. She's just kind of in between. I would say that's what Drew McIntyre is currently.
I would agree. That's what I would say too.
So
just like Rowan is more over, though now, and has a good character. Yeah, definitely. I think he's got a good character too. But what is in the cage? Rowan's not telling us yet. That's interesting. Maybe a power like Taker and the Urn. That's interesting. The sheep mask.
Roberts and the snakes. I think it's gonna be the mask. His sheep mask.
Makes sense.
I think that's what it's gonna be. Just fine. So.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Anyways, Drew McIntyre, I think he should maybe win the Rumble, or they should build him up to fight Brock at Mania or something. They need to do something big with him leading into WrestleMania. He needs to be fighting for something big. So, Drew McIntyre wins the match, as everybody expected. And then we get told that next week, Brock returns. Whoopty-doopty, who cares? We're getting Raiders versus OC versus Street Profits for the Raw Tag Team titles. And Rey Mysterio versus Andrade for the U.S. title. So, neat.
Yes. Neat.
Then we get Randy Orton, who comes out. So apparently Randy Orton got injured at last night's live event. He says, he comes out. This is so pitiful. The way it took him like 2 minutes to get in the ring. Like, literally not even joking you. It was so, I was like, dude, can you just get in a wheelchair and, like, roll the ring? Like, please. That would have sped this process up, like, just a little bit. Just a little bit. Because at this point in time, I was like, man, this, like, hour of this show is, like, dragging on. I thought the like, 8 to 9 hour literally was dragging on so much, it was kind of unbearable.
It wasn't bad.
I thought it was dragging on way too much. The beginning and the ending, I thought were, like, decent speeds. But, like, the middle of the show was just like, no, stop. And I think it was this promo's fault. The fact that this was right smack dab in the middle, and it felt like it was so long. So anyways, it comes down to the ring. He says accidents and injuries, they happen when it comes with the job. Everyone back there is aware that every time they step into this ring, they could get hurt. It kills me that I needed help getting into the ring tonight. I've seen champions relinquish their titles because of injuries. Someone I really respect, Edge, had to give up his whole freaking career because of an injury. Anyways, I'm just rambling on now. Last night, I messed up my knee big time, and I'm going to be out for a long time, and maybe I won't even come back from this. And at this point in time, everybody was like, no, Randy Orton, no. And I kind of thought it was legit at this point, okay? Kind of thought it was legit. And then AJ came out, and I was like, well, that all went down the drain. This isn't real, and, well, here we go.
I thought it was even legit when he came out.
I didn't. After AJ came out, I knew it was all. I knew it was all fake.
And Orton was like, well, you know, I can't really. There's not much I can do about it and everything, and you know, I'm injured, and so I still thought it was, you know, like for real, like a real injury.
Nah, for me, I knew after AJ came out. If it was like an actual, like, okay, guys, I'm going to be put on the show for, like, a really long time, and I might not ever come back, so this might have to be my retirement speech, they would have just given him the floor and let him do it.
Well, I didn't necessarily think it was going to be his retirement speech. I just felt that it was going to be a, like, later, you know, their match would be later on.
After... Like, yeah, I get what you're saying.
Did we just freeze up?
I have no idea.
That's weird.
I get what you're saying, but I totally knew it was a hoax after AJ came out. He says, you're telling me the next time I get to fight you is WrestleMania? That's hilarious. Oh, is Randy gonna strike? Is Randy gonna strike? I don't think so. I don't think Randy's gonna strike because you are now maimed. You're injured, bro. And he's like, isn't it funny? Fate bit Randy Orton before fate could bite Randy or me. Wait, what? How did I write that? Fate bit Randy Orton before. Oh, it should have said before Randy Orton could bite fate or me. I'm sorry. I typed it up weirdly. He said it and I was trying to be fast. That's what I meant. He then said, I'm going to give these people what they want. I'm going to put my arms behind my back so the Viper can strike. AJ taunts Randy. And then he says, fine. If I have to wait till Mania, then I will. And I will put you in the calf crusher. And I will retire you.
Yeah, this whole segment was good, I thought.
Randy then says, oh, AJ. You know, the difference between you and me, you're patient. I'm not. And then he RKO's AJ, and he's completely perfect.
I thought it was awesome.
I did think it was a good segment. Did I think it was a little long? Yes. But did I think it was a good segment? Yeah. I thought it was good.
Yeah, I definitely thought it was good.
Just a little long.
Question, is Big Boss Man still living? No. He died in
2004.
Yeah, he's been dead for a while.
He died a long time ago, James.
WWF Big Boss Man? Yes. Look, why is that getting flagged?
Probably WWF.
That's weird.
But I could be wrong.
He died a long time ago, James. Yes. It's been 14 years, 15 years, I believe.
2004, I think.
Yeah, it was something like that.
Don't ever
AJ sold the arcade even though we saw it coming. Yeah, I thought it was awesome. Don't ever trust a Viper. No. Don't ever trust any snakes.
So, then we get Andrade versus a jobber. Andrade goes to put the jobber through the floor. And Ricochet comes out and he says, if it's a fight you want, champ, fight me. And then we get Ricochet versus Andrade, and we all knew Ricochet stood no chance because Andrade has a title match next week with Rey Mysterio, so they're not going to have Andrade lose.
I tell you what, Ricochet sells
very well.
His moves, when he's getting destroyed,
he sells it very well.
He sells it like nobody else.
Like,
I mean,
he's very good at selling.
Yeah.
Very good.
Definitely. Definitely good at doing the sell job.
Mhm. So, yeah, Andrade won. I think we all pretty much knew that was happening. It just made sense.
Yes.
All right, you guys, are you ready for the segment of the evening?
Yes, segment of the evening.
So, first up, well, this is Lana Lashley wedding.
That was a drum roll.
This is a Lana Lashley wedding.
Was that good?
Yeah, it was perfect.
Okay.
This is a Lana Lashley wedding.
A New Age RVD.
For anybody who didn't get it, didn't know, that's what we're talking about now. So, first off, nobody showed up for their wedding. They had chairs set up on the top of the ramp, and I thought this was hilarious. At first, I was like, wait a minute, shouldn't they have people in the seats before, like, they come out?
Hold on. I'm going to answer this question. Why so many jobbers? Here is why I think they're doing so many jobbers, okay? Because when you're trying to create storylines, if all you do is have your superstars fight your superstars, I think it's hard to create storylines for everybody involved. And I think that WWE is starting to realize that, you know, if they just do superstars versus superstars every week, and that's all they do, it makes it hard to create storylines where all of your big stars are involved in a storyline. So you throw the jobbers out there every now and then, which in the past, that's what they've always done. They've always done that. You look at NWA. NWA does it now. They have jobbers fight their superstars every now and then. Why? Because it's easier to create storylines week after week where you don't have to worry about, you know, just a no-nonsense match. I mean, you know, when they're facing a jobber, you can go, okay, yeah, definitely. There's no doubt who's going to win this match. It's going to be this guy. He's going to destroy this guy. But they keep the storyline going. Like with Rowan, he brings the thing out. These jobbers are trying to look and go, oh, wow, what's in that cage? I really want to know what's in that cage. You know they're going to get destroyed. But the jobbers are there so you don't have to necessarily have a storyline going for these wrestlers.
Okay. Yes, sure, cool. The problem I have with it is that it's an every week thing. Like, and I don't, okay, somebody versus a jobber is cool every now and again. But, like, I don't want to see this person versus a different jobber every week. Like, that's not what I came to see, okay? Personally. That's not what I wanted to see. And the other problem I have with it is when they make people like Viking Raiders, for example. Viking Raiders faced jobbers for, like, ever. Like months on end. Not even kidding you. They fought jobbers for, like, months on end. And then they were like, oh, yeah, they're the most dominant tag team in the tag team division. I'm like, because they're beating a whole bunch of people who are, like, half their size and that aren't even with the company? Yeah, sure. Sure, they're the most dominant force in the tag team division. They haven't even faced anybody in the tag team division. So, like, what is the whole, like, I don't get it. That's what I don't like about the jobbers.
Did you hear about Laura Sullivan?
Lars.
Or Laura?
Or Lars.
Lars. No, I didn't hear. What about him? I did hear he's going to come back.
No.
I did hear he's not coming back.
No, that's not what we're talking about. You obviously haven't been on Twitter.
So then there's something new.
You haven't been on Twitter.
What happened?
Stuff. You don't want to know.
So if I look it up, will it, tell me?
Yeah, you'll probably find it.
Okay. You keep talking.
Anyways, that's my problem with jobbers. It's just, like, they try to make, like, oh, yeah, they're so dominant. But, like, we're all like, dude, we know that they're going to win every week. It's like, that's what I don't like about it. Thoughts on y'all's reactions to Brock returning next week? I don't care. I don't care if Brock returns next week. I don't care who they put him up against at Royal Rumble. I don't care because I don't like Brock Lesnar. And that's the way I feel about that. That's the way I feel about that. Just saying. So anyways, the Lana Lashley wedding. No one showed up for their wedding. And I'm sitting there going, wait a minute. Don't you want to have the people there before, like, Lana and Lashley would come out? And then I realized that, like, nobody showed up because, well, you see, they didn't accept the invitation. So I was like, yeah, I got it.
I love it. That's funny.
I know. It's funny. So, Maven, my WWE's doing job in matches. One, it helps the superstars' credibility, and two, it helps them be undefeated. But how does it help their credibility? I don't know how it helps their credibility when, like, I don't know how it helps their credibility. I really don't. Because, like, I could go out there and knock out a jobber and be like, yeah, I'm on top of the world. It's like, no, that doesn't mean anything. Personally, I don't think it means anything, and I don't think it helps their credibility. That's just my opinion. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Sorry. I'm looking at these, the whole Lars Sullivan reactions.
Gotta admit.
Some of these gifs are funny.
It's funny. So, yeah, I mean, I that's the way I feel about jobbers. You're welcome, people. So anyways, no one showed up for their wedding, and I thought this was kind of funny. And after I got that, nobody came because they didn't want to. It would have been really funny if they just had one person. Like, one person from the locker room didn't get the memo that nobody was showing up. And there was one person that showed up to the wedding. That would have been funny.
Yeah.
That would have been really funny.
Gleen, he turned into Billy and Chuck 2.0. You know.
So, Lana and Bobby, they read their vows. And then Lana yells at the crowd to shut up. And then she says, I have to tell you, this is the luckiest day of your entire life. You are marrying me, and you are so very lucky. And then it says something about you have strived for excellence your entire life, and the greatest gift you can give yourself is me. And then Bobby reads the cards that Lana gives to him, and he says about the same thing that Lana said, but only, to her. And then the dude, he goes, if there is any man or woman who thinks these two should not be married, speak now or forever hold your peace. And then someone comes from the back, and he goes, I am Lana's first husband. He says, Lana and I got married the day she turned 18, and then she left me for Rusev.
No!
Okay, I did think this was funny. When this happened the first time, I thought this was funny. So, can I click over?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought that was funny. And then, he gets, like, planted by Rusev. Like, if we want to talk about somebody being really good at selling, he just, like, sold the spine buster flip thing that Bobby Lashley, like, did to him. Like, he like, was like, splat, floop. It was really funny. So, anyways, yeah, he came out. And then a lady comes out, and she says, oh, well, the dude asks again. If there's anybody who, whatever, the marriage, forever hold your peace. And the lady comes out, she says, I'm Bobby Lashley's first wife, which is really funny, because, like, he's what? Sorry. Anyways, so she comes out, and she does the same thing that, the other person did. At this point, I was like, okay, that was kind of funny, but it was funnier the first time, when the dude came out. And then the lady came out, and she did the same thing, and I was like, well, that was that.
Yeah.
So, they had that happen.
Well, I thought it was cool what they did. I mean, it was... Even though they both came out, I thought it was neat what they did with it.
I thought the first dude, I thought he was funny.
Oh man, Vince called him the big guy, Lars Sullivan, and his new move, the Bone Crusher, and gave him a new gimmick. Oh God. Kane should have showed up and tombstone the priest. That would have been cool.
Maybe
But I thought the priest was funny. I thought his reactions were hilarious.
It was really funny. Okay, at first I was like, who is this loser? Did they, like, literally yell from outside the building 5 minutes before this, hey, we need somebody to come on TV and read this clipboard of paper that has, these words on it, please? So I was like, seriously? Because he didn't, it was like Jeez, man. So, anyways, it ended up being kind of funny, yeah. So, the two people came out, and then they asked the question again. And the lady got knocked out by Lana, just for anybody who was wondering. I didn't say that, but yes, that did happen. So, he asked the question again. You know, if you forever hold your peace, okay? I don't know what you say. Forever hold your peace. And then Liv comes out, and I'm going, what? Literally, I screamed, and then I was like, ha, 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 and then I heard what she had to say, and I was like,
well, I loved watching Lashley's reaction to the whole
thing.
thing.
It was really funny.
He's like, what?
So, this is literally what happened.
I tell you
Liv
what,
comes out.
Lashley, I think, has done a bad job of acting, but what he did today
it was really funny.
Was awesome.
It was really funny. So Liv says, the love of my life is right there. I never knew I could be myself till I fell in love with you. How could you do this to me? We were in love.
And then
what?
you look at Lashley's face, and
and
he's
Lashley's like, what? And Lashley goes, I have never touched that woman before
Yes.
in my life. He literally, it was so funny, just the way he said it, and then he backed up and he like put his hands up and was like, I have never touched her in my life. And he's standing there, and Lana's like turning red. Mind you, okay, they like kissed in the middle of this, and Lana had like Bobby Lashley's makeup all down the center of her face. It was like this dark, like bronzy tan, straight like down the middle of her face. It was so funny. It was like, oh my gosh, it was so funny.
Definitely good.
So anyways, yeah, he's like, I have never touched her in my life, okay? Never, 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 never. And then Liv's like, idiot. It's not because I'm in love with you. I'm in love with Lana. And I'm like, well, this just got interesting very quickly. This was so bad, but like, it was so good, and like, you couldn't look away because it was such a train wreck, and like, if you looked away, you would have missed it. Like, you had to watch it. You had to. This is probably going to be like the most viewed video clip thing that WWE puts on their YouTube channel ever. Like, because it was so bad, and people are going to be like, okay, I have to go back and I have to watch that again because my gravy set was terrible, but I can't stop watching it. That's what this just turned into. And I mean, I've hated this storyline the entire time that they've been doing this. But like now I'm kind of interested in it in a bad way. I'm like, okay, well, I want to see what terrible turn this takes next because it's just so bad.
It was good. I thought it was good. The only thing was interesting is that we got the old Jerry Lawler back for the wedding. Oh, puppy, this is going to be good. Maybe I think Lana's boyfriend is someone who takes out the WWE catering table. No, I thought Lashley's girlfriend shows us. I thought it was Crystal, though. W shocked me. I thought John Morrison was going to show up. I was about to jump out of my bed.
See, I was kind of thinking that too. I was like, wait a minute. Okay, so guys, I kid you not. Let me see.
She kids you not.
I kid you not. So I was talking to Colin earlier today, and I'm gonna have to scroll through this. Literal proof that I said this.
What'd you say?
I said, okay, so we were talking, and then he's like, oh, yeah, I would assume Rusev's probably going to show up, right? And I was like, you would think it would be better than Rusev. Maybe Bobby says, I don't love you, I love Liv, and then brings her out, and then Lana's, like, left with cake all over her after her last wedding. Okay, guys, I was kind of, like, spot on, except it was the opposite, because I wasn't really expecting the opposite. Lana still ended up with cake all over her, though, so I was spot on. Aside from the fact that she was like, no, I love Lana, not Lashley.
Yeah.
So I was pretty much spot on. I'm just saying. It's proof. I did say that.
The thing is, I knew when you're sitting there watching Lashley, his reactions, the crowd was chanting Jerry Springer. Yes.
When
when you're
honestly,
sitting
this
there
is
watching
funny.
Lashley, and like I said, this was the best Bobby Lashley I've seen. Even during the wedding vows, I thought he was doing a really good job with everything he was doing.
He skipped over something. It was really funny. The dude said something and he like totally missed the whole first part of it and just said, "To love and cherish you."
Yeah.
It was
But
so funny.
I thought it was funny, just the whole thing, and his reaction when Liv's coming out was just
I love that. I swear I have never touched her in my life. I loved that. That was the highlight of the show. That line right there was so funny. And the way he delivered it, and just it was so funny. Guys, I've hated this. I really hated this, but I'm not gonna lie, this was kind of funny tonight.
Are we talking about John Morrison there? Elijah. By the way, if you didn't see, I played on Twitch last night with WWE 2K20, and I had Johnny Gargano versus John Morrison. Go check out the video. It was crazy.
Man, oh man. Okay, this was funny though. So anyways, Liv is like, I'm not in love with you, I'm in love with Lana, and then Lana slaps her. Lana like had this like look on her face. I wasn't sure if they were gonna like kiss or like what was gonna happen. And so like, guys, surprise. What if Morrison wins the Rumble? And then it's Morrison versus Brock at WrestleMania.
That's what Elijah just said.
Oh. Well,
Brock
I saw that,
was
but I was
good.
like, but what if he...
But that's just me.
I'm sorry. I was just kind of adding it.
I don't know.
Great guess, Maven. We will hire you as Ryder. Signed, Vince. I wish. So anyways, I was like, I wasn't sure what was going to happen, if she was going to like, you know, slap her like she did, or if she was going to like kiss her or hug her, or what the deal was going to be. But like Lana just like stood there and like dropped her flowers and had this look on her face like, crap. Like, what do I do now? And then she like walked towards her, and then she just beat the crap out of her.
Which makes me think, is this Liv Morgan just like being crazy? Or is this like...
I don't know, because she had that look on her...
Are they going to make this a storyline?
I don't know, because at first she had that whole look on her face like, no, you know? And then like...
Who played Mass Effect Andromeda? Not me. I have not.
And then she like beat the crap out of her. So I feel like there might be some truth to the I love you and you loved me thing. I think there might be something there, and they could totally play off that, and I'm really, really, really intrigued to see where it goes. If it's going to be like Liv is just straight up nuts, or if like...
I knew Rusev was coming.
Yeah, everybody knew Rusev was coming. That cake was too big, too huge for Rusev not to be in it.
I knew it was coming. I wish they wouldn't have done it that way.
Honestly,
I think it would have been a lot more interesting if they would have left Rusev out of this, because they could have had this whole thing go down without Rusev being involved, and he could sit there and say, look at all the trouble she causes, But then they had him get involved, and I mean, it's okay, I guess. I mean, that's the only part of this segment I did not like. What would they have done with
Lashley though? Because Lashley could have easily like gone over and like picked the Liv up off of Lana.
Well, he could have, but Lashley could have went,
I'm out of here.
What is this?
Yeah, I suppose.
Brock comes out and says, who wants to face me? And Morrison comes out. Holy shoot. The fans, yes. But Brock says no. Sorry, that's Holly shoot. The fans, yes. But Brock says no.
So, I don't know. Then Rusev pops out of the cake and attacks Lashley, and Liv comes back and puts Lana through the cake. So, oh my gosh. No Vince, Triple H, and Kevin Dunn tonight. No wonder wrong.
I tell you what, I thought it was a good show.
I mean, I did think it was a good show, yes. There were parts of it, like I said, the middle hour, 8 to 9, I felt dragged on a little bit. I think it was the Randy Orton segment. I like what they did with it, but I just felt it was kind of long for what it was, like really drawn out, just with the fact that he came down on the crutches, and I mean, he kind of sold it, but like at the same time, it was so long, and I was like, dude, I don't want to sit here forever watching Randy Orton.
But I think part of that was just selling the whole thing.
I know, which I get, but I just felt like it was a little.
And I was like you at first. I thought, okay, this is part of what's gonna happen. And even after AJ came out, I thought it was okay. This is a legitimate injury. They're going to wrestle later on, not anytime soon. Maybe later this year, like towards the end of the year, because of the injury. Mm-hmm. And then Orton did the little twist thing with, you're patient,
I'm not.
And then does his thing.
Hit
I
him
mean,
upside the
I thought the way they did it
I thought it was
really good.
I really liked what they did. It's just I thought it was a little long. I think they probably could have cut it in half with some of like the AJ taunting. I don't think they really needed to do that much because we already knew like if it was legit that like he couldn't do anything. So like doing everything that he did, I don't know. I just thought they could cut it down a little bit, make it a little shorter.
Charlotte versus Natalya killed it. What a match! Yeah, I thought it was a good match.
Again, I thought it was a good match, but like I just don't like Natalya. No, I just don't like. Oh. I just don't like Natalya. I'm sorry.
Yeah, SmackDown better step up their game because, I mean, with tonight, I thought tonight's Raw was, I would give tonight's Raw a strong 7.5 or an 8. That's how good I thought it was.
They did a much better job with the Lana Lashley thing. They did. I think tonight was the best thing that's come out of the Lana Lashley thing. And, bro, going into this, I was like, ugh, the stupid wedding. I'm so not looking forward to this. This is garbage. But it was actually really funny.
Did you hear AEW just signed the AA? Yes.
Arn Anderson.
I did.
He's Cody's manager.
Yes, I did see that because I saw MJF's response to it.
What did he say?
Something about you're no good anyway, and now you've brought in someone that's older than dirt and to help you out as your manager.
I love MJF.
I mean, it wasn't those exact words, but that's kind of what he was saying. I lost where we're at here. They did a much better job with Lana Lashley than they did with Rowan backstage.
Haha, totally.
Yeah.
I
agree.
Okay, honestly, this whole Lana Lashley thing is so much better than some of the stupid stuff that they've done recently. Not the whole situation of the Lana Lashley thing. Tonight was so much better.
Every match tonight was low-key was good. Definitely, and I think that
the
thing about tonight.
Buddy Murphy put up a tweet. He said, "No trilogy needed. 0-2, better man won." So we're probably not getting another Murphy Black match.
Or is that just him throwing something out there? Now he's going to attack Aleister Black later on.
That is a possibility. Hey John, I don't know if I said this, but hey John,
which would be a good way to do it, I think.
Make him think, better man won.
Yeah.
I'm not salty, but then he's like, yes, I am salty.
Tonight, I thought that the whole, all the matches, I thought they were all solid. I thought the whole show was solid. And even like with the Rowan versus the Jobber, again, I'm cool with it because of what they're doing with it. I think it makes it interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Gleen, the wedding, new because one, there was no boyfriend and girlfriend in the wedding. It was new, LOL. But still, you had the same storyline as far as, the wedding itself, and they've been talking this up the whole time.
Drake Maverick. # Lana Lashley wedding. # Raw. I thought that was lovely.
Did we just get dumped?
I don't know, but that's funny.
That was crazy.
Scrolling
lost
through
everything.
Twitter, the amount of people.
Aleister Black versus Buddy.
Should close the show. Explain that. Liv Morgan returns.
Problem is, if you have Aleister versus Buddy, you don't have the wedding.
This is funny.
Because as much of a mess as it made, I think it kind of messes things up.
Liv Morgan
messes things up.
Liv Morgan, the way that Fightful wrote this for their article, Liv Morgan returns as Lana's lover in the greatest wedding segment in WWE history. I mean, honestly, it might be. Low-key digging this Maven with the glasses. Yeah, bro, I had a migraine. I went to the eye doctors this morning. I hate going to the eye doctors. Not because I hate the eye doctor, but because I hate the lights. They shine the lights in your eyes, and then it gave me a migraine. And so, it was just not good. So I slept for a long time. That's why I look like this. So,
Vince is pushing Rowan into a title picture here. That wouldn't be bad.
They need bigger jobbers. They do, man.
I agree. Bigger jobbers would be better.
Like.
But I'm cool with the jobbers.
Seriously, bro. I'm literally scrolling through Twitter. It's so funny. You know what's really funny? People are going back through Twitter and they're digging things up of like old Liv Morgan and Lana tweets where they were like together and they like took pictures together and did stuff together. There's like several of them.
Maybe they've been planning this for a while.
That's what somebody said. They were like long-term booking. You love to see it. Like it makes sense though because they did like hang out a lot and they were like friends and stuff. So.
Well, the weird thing
the fact that people went through and dug all that up is kind of funny.
The thing is, I don't think they had to dig it up because I think Liv, like in the last couple days, I'll have to see if I can find it.
So they're doing a lesbian story now too with Liv being Lana's ex. I don't know if she's gonna be Lana's ex though. I'm digging it, Maven. The rock star. Thanks, man. Thanks.
So, like, today, she says, I strike when I'm ready, and I think I'm ready. Are you? And then it says, to be continued. And that was, like, 3 hours ago. So, that was, like, right as the show was starting.
Mm-hmm.
I won't ever touch the ground again. Let's see here.
She's been putting out some weird cryptic tweets. Just
She's
saying.
anything but typical. To be continued. Anything but typical.
Anything but typical. Didn't Goldberg fish jobber in WCW?
Is out to destroy herself. I have to destroy myself so the real me can emerge.
Yes. All the Lana stuff. Mojo Rally said on Twitter, he said, I can't believe that wedding didn't go as planned. That's funny. I love seeing all the reactions to this. It's very funny. Very funny. Like, it's oh so funny.
Yeah, so I don't know. I was trying to find it.
See, like, look though. Look at Lana's face. She's like, crap.
Or is she like, man, you're nuts. What are you talking about?
I don't think that's a man, you're nuts face. I think this is like a shoot.
The thing is there's a lot of people that face jobbers. If you watch NWA, they have jobbers on there. In the hour-long show they have a match that always has, or generally will have, a jobber. And I think that whatever happened to Lars Sullivan. Do you have Twitter, little fettuccine?
AEW homecoming match card looks amazing.
Because if you do, just type in Lars Sullivan.
Just look it up.
And you'll find out.
Yes. Yes, you will.
Okay, you won't find out what happened to him, but you'll find out what has recently been put out there about him.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't Goldberg face a jobber win WCW? Yes. AEW homecoming match card looks amazing. Yes, it does.
Wow.
I agree with Elijah. I think that we have covered everything.
Yeah.
Anything else we need to cover?
I don't think so, but I'm just kind of like, wow. Someone said wrestling Twitter, Liv Morgan is coming back as Sister Abigail. Vince, love storyline with Lana.
Yeah.
Yep, that's about right.
That's funny. She might be Sister Abigail anyway. I think she's come back as just a psycho. But that's me.
Liv and Lana and Liv are trending. Both.
Yes.
That is so funny.
Okay. With that, we're going to take off. We'll be back on... Today is Monday, so we'll be back Wednesday.
Today is...
They got a show Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
They got something Wednesday.
They have NXT and AEW. Both.
I didn't know if they were doing that because it's...
literally AEW homecoming match card. Looks
well,
great.
yeah, I know, but I just
I'm
wasn't
pretty sure
sure
that's this week.
with it being, New Year's Day. Eve.
Yeah. No, day.
Oh.
It's day. New Year's
Well,
Day.
yeah, it's New Year's Day Eve. Because they would be on the eve of New Year's Day.
No, tomorrow's New Year's Eve.
Yes, but it's New Year's Eve. New Year's Day's Eve. The evening of
What?
New Year's Day.
You just said that so weirdly. It's New Year's Day, whatever. January 1st is Wednesday.
Yeah, which
That's
is
what I'm
why I
saying.
didn't know if they would have it or not.
Yes, they're having it, I believe. There's a special New Year's edition of NXT 2, so I don't know. It's probably going to be like the Christmas show, but like, I don't know.
So anyway, we'll be back Wednesday.
Yeah. Hopefully I'm back and I don't look like this.
Be looking for our WWE 2K20 videos.
Our WWE key.
I put out one yesterday on Twitch. So be looking for another one here very, very soon. Like maybe here in just a little bit. So you guys have a good evening. Huh?
In a little bit.
Yeah, I'm probably going to do another one here shortly.
Oh, well, I'm going to go to bed.
Yeah, I know.
Because I'm tired,
So
and I need to go sit in a dark room.
I will do it, and I'll put out a show, and then doing some testing on it and see.
Because it's like, bro, it's like 11:35.
Yes, it is. It's 11:35,
like,
but I can get out a show
in
an hour, a little over an hour, and we'll have everything set up, and then so I'll be looking for my, I'll be on Twitch here in a little bit to put out a show for that.
So you guys can go over there and watch him.
Yep, the Wrestle Story on Twitch. So if you're interested, some of you might be going to bed, some of you might not. I don't know.
Yeah, like me.
I got a couple more days left of vacation before I have to be back at work, so.
Mr. D staying up till the crack of dawn doing a wrestling
New Year's Day Eve is trending.
Or you could be
Yes, it is.
And go and sleep.
Yeah.
I
like go to bed and go to sleep. I don't care what you do. But be looking for a tweet coming out about me being on Twitch here in just a little bit. With that, we're going to take off. We are out. You guys have a good evening.
Peace out, guys.
Adios.